Hello, inflatable fans, I hope you're all well. That is the Aquaglide Ultralight Cirrus, the 110. That's my fold-up bike. That's quite a sharp drop in the water. Never launched from here before, never done this with this boat before. Not going to be able to film the launch because, well, the camera's going to be on the boat. Anyway, let's give it a go. It's definitely a wet foot launch, this one. I mean, said this before, one of the advantages to using Crocs is you can tip the water out. Let's go. So let's see how this Aquaglide handles the bike, I mean. The plan is, I thought I'd paddle down to Naben, as I say, and give this a go with the biking. There's always those final adjustments just as you set off. That's better. Right, let's go. I did have a few spectators because the pubs are busy. It's a races day in York. Gotta say, it's nice to get on the water again in this boat. A few gulls bobbing around on the water. I do have another interesting plan for today. My plan is to prepare a hot meal on the water in the boat. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but I will show you in this video whether it works or not. Anyway, up ahead there we've got Lendal Bridge. I'm going to shift that fuzz pig bag out of the way, I think, because it's obscuring the view a little bit. While I've been fanning around, we've actually drifted down to the bridge. So the other thing I'll do a separate video of is what I actually had in my backpack, what I brought with me today. The bag itself weighed about 20 kilos. So I'm glad I had a lighter boat with me. Nice to see the trees almost in full leaf now. Look at that horse chestnut tree, look at the cones on that. Wow. When I stop paddling, it is drifting quite nicely. And I am of course paddling with the flow. Looking at that sky, it's not the best of weather. We have just had a little rain shower before I set off from home. And I'm kind of hoping there's not going to be any more. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. Should take me, if I was to paddle pretty strictly, I'd estimate it would take me about an hour and a half to reach Naben Loch. However, as I say, I am planning on prepping my dinner, my dinner, tea, as we say in Yorkshire. I'm doing my tea, I'm cooking my tea on the water. Yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, for now, so that I can concentrate on paddling for a bit, I'm going to put this in hyperlapse. Look at that, look. Ice cream boat. How cool is that? I guess you could pull up on this side too, looking at the window layout. I'm not gonna though. I ain't got any money. So this bridge that we're just approaching, this is Millennium Bridge, just on the outskirts of York. It's a lovely afternoon / evening, apart from it being a bit cloudy. I mean, everything's very still, no wind. And something I'm going to mention is I'm trying out a new camera. I had the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and unfortunately I had a problem with the door the battery door, it got stuck. Basically what happened was I accidentally put a battery in the wrong way around, like a goon, and yeah, the door got jammed. So because I had some plans for getting on the water and stuff, and I wanted a camera that I like on the water, I thought I'd go for the Hero 9 Black. It had good reviews, because GoPros can be a little bit sketchy, and it's got a front-facing screen, so it just means I can line things up a bit better. Should be alright. It's also got some other features like horizon leveling and so on, so it might make editing a little bit easier for me. Not that that'll do any good. Right, my watch is telling me I've just done a mile. Doesn't feel like it. See that tree over there? I've got some professionals on the water. And also up ahead, there are a couple of swans. In fact, there are 4 swans by the look of it. I don't know if any of them have young, but I will be giving them a wide berth, because if they do have young at this time of year, they'll be a little bit snippy. Yeah, snippy swans. Nobody wants that. I can't see any young. Nevertheless, that tree really stands out. Actually, looking at the plumage on those two, they look like they've still got some of the grey feathers from their younger days, so I'm guessing they're only young uns. They're not bothered by me anyway. Now what's going on with these 2 swans? One of them's gone wide. I think I'm going to go all the way around and go by the side of these boats. I'm going to break river rules. Actually, I think one of them's quite young as well. Nevertheless. Yeah, the one closest to me is a young male. Well, that looks like a female, but she doesn't look as young as him. She looks a bit older. Thankfully, they're not bothered by me. Check that out. Not something you see very often, is it? Up ahead there, we've got the A64 road bridge. Well, technically road bridges, because it's actually 2. I just think that's quite an impressive looking place. So we've done just over 2 miles now, and it is just gone 5 o'clock. And I am starting to feel hungry. Gotta admit, I'm enjoying this evening paddle. The river's very quiet, which is a bonus. Yeah, so far the only traffic I've seen has been those professionals, and the noise of that road bridge starts to drown everything out for a little while. Yeah, it's very busy right now. 5 o'clock on a Friday, everybody's going home, plus there's been the races in York. There's a lot of traffic on the road. See what I mean about the 2 bridges? It's hard to believe. There's tons of traffic travelling above your head. Tons! Gotta say, I am enjoying this Cirrus. It's moving through the water quite nicely. My average speed is around 3.4 miles an hour. I mean, the stats at the end won't reflect that on my watch, but that's because obviously I do all those little bits where I fanny around with the camera and move it around, like there and there, and every time I do that, obviously I stop paddling, but at least I'm paddling with the flow, so at least when I stop, this should still move a bit. But as I say, that does skew with the figures at the end in terms of average speed and so on. But I'll tell you what, sometimes speed just doesn't matter. It's a funny one, isn't it? I'm always interested in the speed. And I think that's because I do a lot of boat reviews. But, yeah, sometimes it's just nice to be out. Anyway, it is 5:10, so I'm going to give it till about past, then I'm going to cook some tea in the boat. I can't believe how many swans there are at the moment on this river. I've just been doing a segment recording a review for the paddle outlet, and I've just been passed by another one. What's going, swan? Yeah, all right, I'll just keep paddling. Actually, it's getting about time to cook tea. Mind you, there's an outlet over here. Let's go and play in that first. Right, I'm going to prep some tea. I'll bring you back when I've prepped it, and if you want to see what I've done, as I say, second video. Well, I did it and it worked. Hot chickpea curry, prepared on the water in the boat. Bugger's going to create a wash. Can't slow down either. Just turn into it. Bloody inconsiderate sod, interrupting me tea. The great thing about doing this is I'm still drifting downriver, so I'm still actually moving in the direction I want to move in, just slowly. I actually can't think of a better way to have my tea, to be honest with you. It's a lovely evening, the birds are singing, and the food's good. I'm actually a bit sad that I've reached the end. I just washed my pots. There are some tissues in this pack, so at least I can clean it all up. Alright, so that's the last of my evening meal. Tea! It was bloody good. It's taken about 35 to 40 minutes to prep and eat pretty much the contents of what I brought with me, and now it's time to pack up and get moving. God, that was so good, so bloody good. I'm really chuffed to have done that, because it's, again, as I say, something a bit different. I didn't think it was possible until I had a bit of a brainwave, you know, possible to do it without actually being dangerous, and that wasn't dangerous. Although getting this bag tucked in back underneath the cargo thing might be. It's in. Right, onwards. So yeah, that little pit stop will be a right glitch in the stats. Oh God, it was so good. Although I think I might have said that several times already. Did you hear my phone go then? I've just sent the boys in my WhatsApp group, paddling WhatsApp group, a picture of the curry that I've just eaten, with the boat in view and the water in view, so they know that I've done it on the water. Anyway, this old rail bridge, this is one of my favourite bridges in York because of the spectacular statue that's on the other side. It's now a bit of a cinder track, this, a cycle path. But it's such a lovely area with all these willows coming out as well. Looks like some kids have been hanging ropes from here and building swings and stuff. up ahead, probably plumb centre in the screen. You've got the weir at Neighbour Lock. Gotta say, really enjoyed today. However, I've now still got a 6-mile cycle ride home after I've dried the boat up and packed it away and all that. I might have a different story by the time I get home. I might be saying something completely different. Who knows, eh? Really impressed with this Cirrus, the Aquaglide Cirrus. It has poodled along really nicely. Did you hear my indicators? I was just indicating left there. Yeah, I know, I'm a daft sod. Okay, I think that's called. I wonder if the next one's called Doki. Look, daft sod, I've already covered it. If you're watching this RAF, bit lower down this time, eh? Bit lower down. Alright, I've landed. So what I did was, before I take the bike off there, is underneath there, can you see that grey? That's the dry bag from the kayak. And so underneath that is the Aquamarina bag that I carried everything in. And then I've just used the dry bag from the kayak to act as another basically protective layer for the bike against the boat, really. But I've got to say, it's handled it well, handled it like a proper champ. Really enjoyed that paddle. And now the crappy bit. There we are, all packed up, ready to go. So I've got about 6 miles to cycle now home. I did 1.36 miles biking to where I launched, and then about 5.66 miles, I think it was, in the boat. So it'll be about 13 miles in total today. Not bad really, is it? It's half a marathon. It's not a bad route home. Very country-y. It's just going to be a bit of a slog with this 20 kilo bag on my back. Whee! I got the downhill bits. Whew. Doing my damnedest not to stop. I'm losing a bit of circulation in my legs. Just this weight on my back pressing me down on the saddle. But not far to go now. Anyway, seeing as I'm nearly home, you know what to do if you like this daft stuff that I do. With the whole like, subscribe thing, blah blah blah. What I'll do when I get home is I'll put the stats on the screen for how long each trip has been. 2 little hills to go. This is the first, and here's the last one. Oh, this one's hard work. Never thought I'd be so glad to see Cost Cutter. So yeah, that wasn't too bad, I guess. 1.36 miles cycling, 5.66 miles kayaking, and 6.15 miles cycling home. And if we look at the kayaking one, you can see that big black gap in the middle. Well, that's where I stopped and was having dinner. I don't know what that 12 mile an hour spike's from. That skewed things a little bit. But my average when I was paddling was about 3 to 3.5, so not bad at all. Anyway, it's time I got a shower and, you know, did stuff. Alright, you take care of yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Cheerio.